I can hear me. See the audio. See the caption. It's live stream script. See. But I don't see words. I can hear me. See the words. See the audio. Let's go through this. I see it. I see the caption. All right. So I was thinking about this the other day. Because I had a couple conversations over the past 5.5, but I don't see a handful of guys that had words. I can hear them. See the words. Let's go through this. Recruit. I see it because they didn't have a degree. That's going to be an issue. So I think it's going to be about this 5%. Because I had a couple conversations over the past 5.5 from a top tier, a handful of guys in the mid-tier. You need the skills. I can hear them. See the words. In the mid-tier below, really need the skills. Recruit. What we're learning right now is have it. I think that's going to be an issue. So I think it's going to be about this 5%. Because I had a couple conversations. I don't think we do. Past 5.5 from a top tier, a handful of guys in the mid. And I muted the double source. Here we go again. All right, is a degree necessary? No. Does it help? Yes. And I'll explain. One, we're in class, we're learning a lot of valuable skills, skills that are hot on the market right now. Don't get the degree in your head. Most important thing to focus on, getting the skills, getting the certification, getting the job, and getting your speech right, your communications during exams. That is top tier. You can get in at a role in a good position. So think 60 to 85 an hour. So multiply that by 120 to what, 190, somewhere in that neighborhood. All right. What you want to do is ultimately have those things as your goals. Here's where the degree actually does help. And I'll say this for your ultimate ceiling of what you want, that is where it can help. Because degree just counts as a way to filter people out. It doesn't necessarily count as a way to push people in unless you're at a top tier institution. So for IT, that would be your Harvard, which those people more manage. You don't hear about a bunch of great coders coming out of Harvard. Zuckerberg gets the name, but that's not really what he's doing. He's a business guy. But your Stanfords, MITs, Caltechs, Duke, those have great engineering schools. Carnegie Mellon, Chicago, um, Illinois, Champaign-Urbana. There's a lot of schools that have great engineering programs, right? That's where you're going to get a lot of great programmers, great IT minds that are going to understand a lot of this stuff. So at the top end of your career, you want to earn the most money, having a degree will be valuable. But you don't have to go about it the traditional way, because none of us are. What you need to worry about is having a degree, having the fundamental understanding, which you've already, then being able to apply them. So people can see he's got the skills, he's got the certifications, he's got the degree. Boom. So this is what I'm pointing to is an option. WGU. It's one option, but this is the one that is probably the most popular out of all of them. And I'll say this, right? So you get the degree. The biggest things are you get the skills, you get the job, you can earn while you learn, then you can possibly get tuition reimbursement. You probably lower your debt, and then overall, you'll have a higher salary ceiling. So you'll be in, but then your long-term perspective, that's where it will count. So here's what I'll say. You have the skills, you have the job, you're in. What are you going to do? We're in the hot market. It's moving pretty well right now. So you want to get this because you're going to have a lot of paths available, right? And this is a year old, so this is pretty fresh. And this is how I would do it if I were going to do it today. And I'm going to pause real quick because my coffee's up, but I'll be back in 1 second. That's bad timing, but give me a few minutes. Okay, so how would I do this? All right, so let's see WGU's IT degrees. All right, so they have a number of these. Computer science, cybersecurity, uh, analytics, network engineering. Like you see, they have a lot of good stuff. These are the BS degrees, right? These are good. The ones I would focus on, if I were you, comp sci, information technology, those would be it. It's not that the other ones are bad, but we're already learning this. And I'll go into that a little bit. How do you get here? Okay? Here's a good explanation how you get here. All right, look at these videos, professormesser.com, right, to get the basic stuff. This is simple, right? Okay, go to Khan Academy. You can do the courses here. Get these courses under your belt, $99 a month, right, to get prerequisites in, about 24 credits, right? And then go to study.com or sophia.com to get some of the CS credits, 30 more credits. So, all right, 24 plus 30 is 54 credits. That's good. So you're talking about $100 a month. And this is saying overall, this is 91 credits, which is the maximum you can transfer in for a 3 to 8 month process. So 6 months at WGU. So in a year, you could have a degree, right? Let's go into a little bit more of this. Okay. So this guy, a lot of, 31, married, 4 kids, rolled in here, guy had to have, right? It goes into this. People have bachelors, knock engineer. They want to get this because it does, right? But this is a good case example of how people had the drive, they got in, and initial degree and certifications, opened it, they're in. Okay? Study for the SysOps exam for 6 months. This is not what I'm saying. Cloud computing, cybersecurity. See, this is where I'm learning a little bit about cybersecurity. All right. So the best one, comp sci. That's always going to be the best one, right? You can do a focus degrees; those are good, but they're all supplemental stuff that you need to know. But we're not getting it. All right. Um, see, the general IT one is valuable and flexible. That's what I would give. So in my estimation, here's the three. All right. The comp sci. This is the big one, right? Here's the core. So okay. So here's what they say. You can take this as fast or as slow as you need. That's the thing, right? So this is the basic things you learn, theoretical stuff, right? Um, 38 courses. Here are the courses. All right. So you see all this stuff right here? This is the stuff that you would knock out at sophiastudy.com. Okay. And then the intro stuff, foundations, foundations. All right. Fundamentals, fundamentals. That's stuff you would knock out at study.com. This is stuff you would knock out at sophia.com. And then you're looking at probably 40 hours. So about 10 courses. So out of those 38 courses here, you'd knock out about 28, right? And then you do about 10 courses through WGU, as fast or as slow as you need it. Okay? And so what does that transfer look like? These are those things that would transfer just from Sophia. English, communications, history, and then for these, you'd likely be able to go to study, get some of these, right? Mathematics, statistics, these are going to be the hard ones. Statistics is health, wellness, fitness, I mean, it's like tennis class, right? Natural science, this is easy stuff, right? So, see, these are the, what do you call it? Fundamentals class, fundamentals, right? Fundamentals. So this is just from Sophia. I couldn't find study.com. They did have that. Well, and also your certification, right? So that's what got IT. Outside. These are certifications that can knock out a couple of credits as well. So I am actually going to take this ITIL and I'm oh, those exceptions, right? Those are going to take. that'll knock out another 3, right? So, but if you already have a strong or Microsoft database, that nonsense. If you already have, you know, Tia, which some people don't recommend, which I don't either, then there's another way to knock out another 2 credits. Okay? But then you also have this is the comp sci, this is the IT. So the IT, oh, you see, this is certifications. So you should also get, so this is comp sci one. So these are the certifications of images. But so Java developer, backend developer, these are proprietary certifications. So this is great. But you do get the ITIL, Linux foundations. That's nice. That's nice. It's not the best, but it gives you good foundation knowledge. It's another way of understanding how the cloud, how IT works. Bachelor's of IT, this is good, right? Remember tuition, 3,000 every 6 months. So if you could do this in 2 terms, you're talking about getting this done under 7,000. Now, all in under 10 grand. If you structure it, you plan it, you discipline, right? 36 courses instead of 38. Remember, you would knock these out at study.com or sophia.com. Foundational ones, you'd be able to knock those out as well. And so you're talking about 8 courses that you would take, right? And then a capstone project. Okay. And then, let's see. There are certifications. Okay, certifications. A lot of you guys already have this. This would likely transfer in. So it would take off another couple of credits. Okay? And then some of you guys already have these. Maybe 1 or 2 of these. That would transfer in. Right? This is an idea of something that you could do after the fact. And if you want to get that degree under your belt, you'd be able to do it. Right? And then this one is cloud computing. This is the craziest version, right? So look at this. It's pretty solid. Let's get 38 courses. Okay. So a lot of these foundation stuff, study.com, Sophia, right? It's same with the foundations here, foundations, foundations, right? A lot of this stuff can be knocked out, right? And a lot of this stuff, networking, you're learning this right now. You're going to be learning this. You're learning this a little bit. You're learning this a little bit. You're going to be learning this. You're going to be learning this. You're learning this. You're going to be learning this. If you're in IP's class, you're going to be learning some of this. And then you can apply that a lot more, especially with Moto 3 or the SDKs that you can do. You're learning all this. You're learning this. You're learning some of this. Definitely data management, data systems. Yeah, oh, I thought it was database for some reason. And you're learning the generalness of this, but you can take a Udemy to understand what this is and just be able to speed run. So essentially, you see these courses, right? Through study or Sophia, be able to knock out a lot of this. And your certifications, be able to knock out a lot of this, right? So it becomes, and then let's see, computing. Okay, so see these 1, 2, 3, and then you could easily get all 5 of these. Well, these 4 at least be a lot easier, right? And then some people have some CompTIA stuff. They can do this. Cloud. So you guys already have this, right? CISV. This is another. Sure, I'm eventually going to get to this. So that's an overview of what can be done. Now, here's the big thing, right? So you would go in with a good understanding of the course material than someone fresh off the street. I think that's valuable. Another thing is you would have lower debt. You'd be able to network with people who already have some interest in it, just us, right? And then you'd be in a better position longer term. So this good courses that we're in right now, these are foundationally and practically top tier. But then on the longer term, if you want to keep going and get different specializations, this is something you consider as a supplement, not a replacement, as a supplement. And then you have more likelihood of getting voted into different facets of the career if you find something that you want to specialize in. This is something to consider. It's not something that I'd say, you have to do at all. But something to keep at the back of your head. Here's how I would do it. Here's what you would want to go for, and here's what some of the outcomes could be. So if you have different questions, let me know. But I say this: college is not valuable for the financial benefits. It's only beneficial career-wise because it gives you a badge that you can say, I was able to finish something and I was able to do well at this, right? Military counts the same thing. Certifications count as the same thing. The thing is, in people's minds, lawyers, HR managers, they see it as something that is valuable to the business itself and as a way to filter out people. So that's where it becomes like a concern, but it's not a top concern. Your top concern should be getting good at what you're doing. And then figuring out how do you want to distinguish yourself from other people and be able to get farther in your career. That's really where it's at. But outside of that, I think everyone who's in class five, six, or class five, 5.5, six, is already on the right path and are weeks to months away from getting there, which is a new career path. So keep up the good work, and we'll have another discussion. And I don't know, next time I do this, I'm thinking about looking at workforce issues. That's what I'm trying to think, and not like the hiring firing stuff, but more about what is going on. Does race matter? Does what do you call it? Gender. And I think it does, but I think people get overly concerned about it. And so you really have to figure out how you can solve your problem. And then once you get there, then you have to figure out how you're going to make your game. And I see Ochi and taking wars, but I know we know each other. But yeah, these are just my initial thoughts. If you get at a point where you're in the cloud, you're hired, got the job, you're doing well, this is something you can say, okay, I have a little more free time. I can either do my job and Theo, or my job and Theo and a degree. But that's time management. That's the biggest priority. That's where you have to determine how are you going to stretch this out, what is it going to be worth. But you have to make that decision for yourself. I'm just hoping I can give you some insight as to how I would go about it if I wanted to, say, compress something in a year, be able to knock something out. Because look, I was able to do it in a year and knock something out. So it's two. It's just put that hour in every day and you'll be good to go. That's all. I'll talk to you guys soon.